Cadejos is a well-known belief across Central America, a dog that approaches travelers on the road. Depending on who the person is, good or bad, the dog will help them or attack them. This story is an attempt to explain the origins of the frightful apparition. Juan Arcadio, son of Don Eladio Perez, had known his father to be a drunk for a long time. In his town, the working man would meet up after sunset to drink. To Don Eladio's family, he had been drinking away los pesos of a day's work for a while now. That is why his son, Juan, had to quit school and go to work in the milpas, the fields, to compensate. Juan remembered his father used to be cheerful and hopeful. What happened then? Don Eladio had an accident, he said at work, but there were no witnesses. The rural doctor couldn't do much, and science did not reach those faraway places. Don Eladio lost a total of 3 fingers in his left hand. However, he still had a workable hand, as if somebody had planned it that way. Don Eladio did not lose his job, he was just demoted to a lesser one. He did not lose his friends, they just looked at him differently. And he did not lose his family either, but he grew resentful towards them. About 5 years had passed since the accident. Don Eladio's mood was sarcastic, dark, and wicked. The wife, well, she was his punching bag, always excusing the old man. Es mi culpa, mijo, lo siento. But Juan had grown to know better. He knew she was no dummy. They had been working together in the same milpa for a while. She was a resourceful and clever woman. The problem was at home. The woman thought she couldn't live without a man. Who's gonna help a woman? No, my son, I'm fine where I'm at. Juan knew it was the alcohol that put his father in such a bitter and destructive mood. Then the solution should be simple. No alcohol, no violence. However, Juan couldn't close the taverns or start a riot against them. But he could give his father a good warning fright. Un buen susto. Since his 14th birthday, Juan had begun telling his father, "Come back early, papa. Regresa temprano. Father, please come back early." Yet years of following the same drinking routine from Friday till Sunday could not be changed. Por lo menos no pasó de la noche a la mañana. On Monday, Juan went to the butcher and got the ugliest cow skin. It was black, hairy, and big enough to cover him while kneeling down on 4 legs. On Tuesday, the boy worked all day. On Wednesday, Juan got a pair of old dog chains from the blacksmith. By Thursday, he went to the woods to rehearse a little. At sunset, Juan left the disguise and props hidden in the woods under some bushes and went back home. Friday after supper, Juan excused himself and went to bed early. Around midnight, he got up and left the rancho. He walked to a place where he had left a horrifying disguise, put it on, and waited. Soon, his father would be stumbling down the path. When at last, Juan heard Don Eladio dragging his feet, the 4-legged monster came out, growling and rattling chains. The drunk didn't have much time to think. Don Eladio ran back home, frantically, screaming like a little girl. The 4-legged monster turned around and watched his father running for his life. Feeling accomplished, Juan took off the disguise, hid it, and ran back home, taking a shortcut, just in time to pretend to be asleep. Soon after, Don Eladio showed up, banging on the door. Don Eladio went down on his knees, crying out and spitting, saying a bunch of incoherent words. The poor wife had no clue what was going on. Don Eladio, full of remorse, kissed her hands. "I swear, my dear, I will never drink again. I'm sorry, please forgive me." Truth be told, Don Eladio did not have a drop of alcohol for the next 2 weeks. Even his mood improved. He was repentant, cordial, and helpful. But it did not last. By the beginning of the 3rd week, the sober man had begun to reflect on the event. Perhaps el susto, the fright, it had been a bad dream, or he had too much to drink. It was best to measure himself. By Friday, he promised his family he would return home early, that he would not drink for 3 days straight. He Yo sé tomar, mija. A man needs times for his buddies. Además, yo no tengo por qué aguantarle a nadie. No one could reason with him. He was back to his old ways. Don Eladio went back to drinking. The weekend wasn't that bad, and the man almost kept his word. He cut out 3 hours of drinking on Friday, 2 on Saturday, and 1 on Sunday. The drunk was testing his odds. By Monday, the man was determined to go back to his old ways. By Thursday, Juan was ready to give his father another susto, another fright, another scare. The disguise was in place. Friday midnight, the horrible aberration was waiting for the drunk behind the bushes. This time, Don Eladio did not scream much. He just simply ran away. From time to time, tripping down, but el susto, the fright was bigger than the pain. Don Eladio did not cry to his wife. He did not even mention it. To his blurry mind and aching bones, he had been attacked by a beast or a pack of thieves. The bruised man rested on Saturday, yet by Sunday afternoon, Don Eladio was drinking again. As if he was catching up on a missing day, that same midnight, the gruesome monster patiently waited for his victim by the side of the road. This time, Don Eladio did not run to his house. He got lost in the woods. Since the dreadful animal did not follow, Don Eladio slept where his body landed. The next day, he was so drunk that he was not able to show up for work. He almost got fired, but el patron, the boss, he had been el padrino to Don Eladio's only son in his baptism. They were like family. One last chance, Eladio. Tienes que componerte. Piensa en tu familia, el patron said. Who knows where the drunk stayed from Monday to Wednesday. Don Eladio came back on Thursday night. He didn't say a word. On Friday after work, the man stayed up all night in some sort of delirious reflection. On Saturday, Don Eladio left towards the tavern around 6 in the afternoon. One more susto, and his father could be freed from the chains of alcohol. At least, since the first susto, violence had decreased. Juan knew his father would come back that night. No me esperen despiertos, don't wait for me awake. Hidden by the shadows cast by the trees, Juan waited for about 2 hours when he heard the heavy body dragging its feet, yelling, ¿Dónde estás? Where are you? Juan wore the pelt on, tied up one chain to each ankle, and began to walk towards the road. The four-legged monster stood by the side of the road, growling to the moon. By this time, the drunk did not scream or run. Don Eladio took a couple of steps back, grabbed a big stick, and charged against the ferocious apparition. Maldito animal, te voy a matar you. Fucking animal, I'm gonna fucking kill you. Juan was confused. His father was not scared. Instead, he wanted to kill him. Quickly, Juan took off the disguise, but it was too dark to tell the difference. Juan yelled, "It's me, Papa. It's me, Juan. It was just a joke. It's me. It's Juan." Don Eladio stepped back before the first blow and dropped the stick. Yet, there was no mercy in his eyes, only hate. The father did not say much. The father only pronounced the curse. Por irrespetar a tu papá, en 4 patas andarás. Estos caminos en las noches recorrerás. Juan had been condemned to wander the dusty roads as the 4-legged creature he had tried to impersonate. Don Eladio kept walking back home. He didn't look back, not even when his son cried in pain. Or he would have seen the ugly cow skin crawling over his son's back, melting in his clothes, attaching itself to Juan's skin, forcing him to bend down in 4 legs. Juan had become the dreadful phantom of a monstrous beast, today known as El Cadejo. People say that Don Eladio went crazy. He left his wife and was seen and heard many times wandering in the woods, calling his son, Juan, mi hijo, perdóname. Son, please forgive me. As for Juan, people say that God took pity on the young man and granted him to favor or punish as he wishes the travelers that walk the roads at night, watching over the just and punishing with death those with a crooked heart. Very well, friends. Watch your back when you're going back home at night, because you never know what kind of Cadejo could be following you. Now, when I say what type of Cadejo, it is because it's common belief that there are at least two types of Cadejos. Some will tell you that there's one that is black and another one that is white. All stories agree that it is a spirit that takes in the form of an animal, that kind that looks like a large, hairy dog with bright red eyes. El Cadejo does not appear to everyone, and he doesn't show himself in the same form every time. Now, who are these people that need to be looked after? It could be someone that stayed out too late and is heading back home. It could be a drunk person, as it has been reported in some stories. It could be a child, it could be a woman, it could be a man, it could be you. Many of those versions will tell you that those people were most likely good in the general sense of the idea. But when El Cadejo senses that that person is not necessarily good, El Cadejo, if it's a black one, will definitely attack the person. It is said that if El Cadejo licks a person on the lips, that person will be accompanied by El Cadejo for 9 days. So it tells us that if that person is an alcoholic and they had the intention of quitting, and most likely will die of alcoholism. Finally, this belief in El Cadejo, or Cadejos, is shared by several Central American countries: Nicaragua, El Salvador, Costa Rica, Guatemala. So my honest advice, if you ever go visit any of these beautiful countries, make sure you come with good intentions.